What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Cardano. And actually, we're going to be checking out Tron to BTC. So there'll be two altcoins we're going to be reviewing today. We're going to be checking out this crazy, wicked market. As you guys know, yesterday's video, we discussed the Binance hack, $40 million stolen in crypto, 7,000 Bitcoins gone in a blink of an eye. We're going to be pretty much going off of how the market was affected because of that huge ripple in the market, which it did have a pretty interesting toll. We're going to be looking at the weird, interesting patterns happening with charting and where some good buying opportunities consist. Otherwise, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump right into today's episode. So guys, we're on the current coin market cap, and as you can see, market cap's 186 bill. Bitcoin dominance 57.6 with a 24-hour volume of 47.2. So dominance is lower, 24-hour volume is lower. Bitcoin dominance is much higher, which is interesting. Market cap is staying about the same, which is also very interesting. As I scroll down, we're having a very interesting market, and I'll tell you what this reminds me of. Back in the day, around 2017, end of 2017, the markets kind of were in an inverse pattern, which means when Bitcoin would rise and change its price to higher levels, and we saw volume moving into Bitcoin, we saw the altcoins not necessarily follow pursuit, but they were the ones that were retracing lower. So when Bitcoin was up, we saw the altcoins fall, and when altcoins were up, Bitcoin was falling. So it's an opposite pattern that we're kind of seeing already happen. Bitcoin is taking off, but we're seeing the altcoins either consolidate flat-footed, or we're seeing them retrace back down, which is a very interesting pattern. Now, this does make it much easier to track the cryptos, which you're going to do in a second, but it is something to pay attention to. So I do want to move on from this and check out the altcoins for today. Now, as you guys know, we did buy eToro. We bought Cardano at $10,000 we put into eToro, which I'll show you guys on my portfolio. You can see right here we have 147,000 units. We're down only 9%, which is expected, and I'll explain why in a second within Cardano, mainly because Cardano is also acting as this inverse. We weren't really expecting Bitcoin to be shooting up in the opposite direction as the altcoins are, but it's something to pay attention to. I think this will be very easy to show you guys the power of dollar cost averaging, as well as spreading, diversity into your portfolio, because I do plan on buying into Tron too, which I'll show you guys in a second. Now, for you guys who are interested in Litecoin is taking very interesting patterns. So we're going to look at Litecoin and Bitcoin and compare those two. Litecoin's trading at around 50 on the RSI, which is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, absolutely beautiful. Tons of consolidation further down. And now it seems like there's resistance going on within our uptrend. Now, for those of you who mentioned a potential cup and handle either forming on Litecoin or Bitcoin, please send me an email. Drop the email down below, or my email is cryptotvofficial@gmail.com. Send me an email showing me your prediction to your channel. It'll definitely help me, or your prediction to where you see the channel or charts happening on Litecoin. It'll definitely help better my community, and I'll be able to share it on here. Now, if you guys want exclusive access to any of my TradingView charts that I'm charting right now on YouTube, and you want to be access to a specific community specifically dedicated to really die-hard people within the crypto community, please check out my Patreon. It's the second link in the description. This way you guys get access to all of this stuff for pretty low cost. It does help support the channel, and it adds you to an awesome community to really check out, who love crypto just as much, if not more, than the people who just watch my videos on YouTube. So it's something I highly recommend looking at. But as of right now, consolidation is what's happening within Litecoin. This consolidation is leading to allowing the high-low MMA to start moving up. And what this means is, if we see consolidation outward sideways, that means the high-low MMA is going to catch up, which it's doing, which will ultimately start to drive this price up higher, which is awesome. So we're really waiting to see where exactly this coin wants to go. If it pulls down to 66, I will be buying in. That will be a double bottom, and we should start to project up higher. So that's going to be a very interesting pattern to take note of. Now you can see how Bitcoin is doing the opposite of that. Bitcoin's going up while Litecoin is consolidating and retracing downwards. Here's my issue with Bitcoin right now, and why I wanted to make a video. So I'm super conservative when it comes to investing and buying in and selling out of cryptocurrency. And when I see a coin being overbought, on the market, and it broke a very, very, very strong resistance, that does indicate that, we're seeing more than just technicals being used within investing. We're seeing FOMO buying. We saw a run. Binance happened. Now we're starting to shoot up. I don't think this is going to be sustainable long term. I don't even think it's going to be sustainable short term. I think this is about the peak, the top, and I do think we're going to start to see retracement back down, and I think there's a good chance we're going to get right back inside of our, ascending channel right here that's happening. I do think we're going to see some sort of pullback, get back in here. We could honestly see a retracement all the way back down to here too. So I'm really expecting some sort of bearish reversal within Bitcoin, which will ultimately send this coin down to around 50, if not lower, on the RSI. And what we could see is, if this will hold true, is if there is an inverse pattern happening with the altcoins and Bitcoin, we should then see the altcoins start to move in the opposite direction. And we'll see that volume that's in Bitcoin trickle down into all the other altcoins that are under Bitcoin. To move on to Ethereum right now, Ethereum looks really nice. Consolidation is happening. You'll notice it's getting very close to its purple uptrend right here, trading at around 55 on its RSI, a little bit high, but really ultimately a beautiful price. You can see it is channeling this uptrend. 1, 2, 3 confirmations. We're trading out sideways, which it seems like is amidst the coin, and it's very interesting to see all these altcoins under Bitcoin literally either be consolidating or retracing downwards, which is necessarily a good thing, but it allows us to really manage and track where exactly the market's headed. So there's a lot of crazy stuff happening right now. It's going to be hard to exactly graph all of it, but we have to wait for the market to kind of cool off, things to settle. Bitcoin is most likely going to be pulling back down. That's my 2 cents, and then I'll be buying back into that, as you guys will see on my eToro. And then we'll also be checking out Cardano and Tron, which are making some pretty wild waves. As you guys know, I bought Tron at this yellow line right here. We are taking a pretty big hit and a dip. Now, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. We only put in 10% out of our 100% portfolio. 10K out of $100,000 is really a small percentage when we look at the grand scheme of things. Now, the thing that raises an eye is the fact that the RSI is so beyond oversold. And I'll zoom in just a little bit more. You can see we're literally trading at 23 on its RSI, which gives me plenty of reason to assume we're going to start to head back up, if not retest the uptrend, or sorry, this support, which is now currently going to act as a resistance. We're going to move most definitely up higher. I do think that we're going to retest this high-low MMA. We've been doing it so much. I'd be shocked if we hit here, but I'm really anticipating a retracement back up into this high-low MMA, and that will be great profits all in all. I'm debating about, dollar cost averaging and buying down here, but what I may do is buy into Tron, which is currently having a very interesting kind of trade. So we see that there is a downtrend currently happening on Tron, and it kind of is familiar to its previous downtrend. You'll notice it's very similar, actually. You can see where we broke the high-low MMA, which happened right there. You can see exactly where we saw that red band cross over the green right there and right there, right in the middle of the downtrend. And then you can see we pulled back down to this channel right here. Consolidation happened, then we broke out and we shot up at a pretty violent rate. So what I'm really anticipating and playing out is, given the opportunity, I'm most likely going to be buying at this level in Tron, putting in a very small amount and diversifying my portfolio, and pretty much dollar cost averaging both Cardano and Tron. If we see Tron pull all the way down to here, this is probably going to be rock bottom for Tron, and then we could potentially see a swing to the upside. So I'm really looking to see if it tests down here. That's where I'll be dollar cost averaging, and then we could pull all the way up. So I'm probably going to put in 10% here, and then potentially a little bit more when we get a little bit lower, just to even out where my buying and my break-even point is. What's interesting to notice as well is Cardano and Tron are both oversold on their daily. Cardano is oversold, and Tron is oversold. And the other thing to notice is those are both altcoins. Bitcoin's overbought. So we see Bitcoin's all the way up here. It's number 1. Cardano and Tron are down here. Their numbers are 10, which I believe Cardano is, and Tron is literally number 11. So they're both practically having a very similar pattern. They're both dropping. It makes sense to be buying into a market when we're lower and we're falling and we're in red than it is to be buying at the top. And we're going to most likely see potentially Bitcoin start to retrace downwards, and it's either going to do one of two things. And I know it sounds cliche, but either it's Bitcoin's going to pull down and it's going to bring those altcoins down with it, or we're going to see Bitcoin start to come and altcoins start to move up as well, which is where I'm leaning more towards. So I think we're going to start to see these altcoins rise up, and we're going to start to see Bitcoin pull back down. And they'll be very interesting because this market we have not seen in a very long time. Please tell me when the last time you saw Bitcoin in green and the entire market in red. That usually does not happen. So that's a very interesting indicator that's happening from the year or two I've been spending checking out charts and analyzing them. But otherwise, guys, make sure to check out my Patreon if you want exclusive access. Giveaway at 10,000. We're literally so freaking close to breaking 10K. It is absolutely wild. We're even closer to breaking 9K. And I think I'm going to be doing a very interesting giveaway maybe next week where I do a $10 Litecoin giveaway each week until we get to like 10,000 subs, because I really do want to give a giveaway. So I'm going to do a little consideration there. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.